balls in place for a nice tight rack. Yeah, so here we go, just as the first frame. So Simon deliberately plays this through, make sure he doesn't make contact with that yellow ball. And maybe that made him take his eye off the pot, but he was very close with it. And Adam certainly did a good job of cleaning up that frame. Back to live action now. Adam's certainly looking at reds. Simon a bit unlucky there, not getting a ball off that break because the reds are sitting pretty. Just one ball that Adam may have to develop, just to the bottom left of the black spot. If it's not on, to the bottom right hand corner. And he's just opened that up now off a kiss off the other yellow. So did that very confidently because he had a couple of backups. So he's got this ball up the top right hand corner, which he can now use. And welcome to my co-commentator Adam Lilly. He's joining me for the final. Welcome, Adam.
Hey, Brett. We on, Shane? Testing.
Welcome, Adam.
Hey, mate.
Right, so this final, Adam Shaw's had one visit so far and cleaned up off a very slight mistake from Simon, and Simon's just had a dry break. I don't see any issues here for Adam. I quite like him taking the long red first. What do you like here? He's going to take this one over the middle bag.
Yeah, he's got time in his hands.
Yeah, the reason why I did like that red long, if he could get rid of those two, and just make the finish nice and easy. Two.
It isn't straightforward with that red up
close
with the two yellows.
Yeah, that's why I like leaving that red over the middle, Adam, because if he did take the one over the top left, he didn't have to do anything crazy with the white. He was always going to have that one over the middle.
Yeah.
But he'll know more about what's going on than I do. But
to hit the gap.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit hooked here. Surely that's not on. Yeah, I don't like it. But like you say, by leaving that red behind, he does have that little bit of coverage. Yep, he's snookered. Certainly snookered. So he's just chose to play it out off a couple of rails, bring it into space, and he knows he's left Simon a start here, but Simon's two yellow ones up the top left hand side of the table as we look are not going anywhere in a hurry, Adam.
No, definitely not. I mean, if you're Simon here, I suppose I can see one shot possibly where he can push the yellow towards the red and leave Adam snookered, maybe. Yeah, he's got to look for two shots here. That's all he can do. And he's got plenty of balls to work with as well.
What about a shot, Adam, if he can bring that yellow off the cushion on the top right of the screen as we look, can he bring that down to the bottom rail towards the red and lay a snooker at the same time, so he can use that to put inside the red and free up the pocket?
Yeah.
I mean, there might be 2 or 3 shots away in his thinking, but let's see what comes up here. Yeah, it's a shame he doesn't have a starter here, because I think if he did, he could play that shot I'm talking about and actually play that yellow out. Especially now where Adam's left his other red, impeded by the yellow on the right hand side of the table. Plenty of options here. These are the games that are very interesting to watch, because you really see the players' minds work. And doesn't want to touch the black. Oof. I'm sure he knew where that was going, but for me that got a little bit close to that black. If he'd just misjudged that slightly, a little whisker on the black could have dropped that in the side pocket, mate.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind seeing a replay of that, see how close he got to his work there. Here we go. Here's Adam Shaw. Is that red on? Has he left it on?
I think it does cut, and he might be able to run around and maybe come up Is this in the table?
Yeah, well, it's on. And I
Oh.
tell you what, that is...
Die.
He not to kiss.
Wow.
I don't know.
So that's where, as you can see, he played that with lots of check left-hand side.
Did he what to straighten that up? Let's have a look at this.
It's checked up, so it's run,
Bang.
it's checked, and then watch this, as it hits the last rail, it almost pings off with a touch of side, which just allows it to kiss into that yellow.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's some kind of shot, but I still think he's... can't quite get to the potting angle of this red. And if he can, he's not going to have a enticing shot on the black.
No, he is a wicked curist, Adam.
Look at this, just switching hands at will. Oh, this is on, look at that. Straight out. Oh, needs a bit of luck.
Gap. Oh, and it
So-
doesn't look like he's on it.
He's chanced his arm there a bit and just played it out, trying to get really nice posi on the black. And you could say he's a little bit unlucky, but he probably would have needed to be a little bit lucky with those balls in the middle of the table there to not get in the road. But this is still potable, Adam.
I think if he aims top rail to almost go in off in the corner, the top corner.
Here we go.
He's got
it. That's a beautiful
He's got
shot.
it. That was he would have seen that. Adam's shown me those shots before where they're just sticking out the lip a little bit. You can actually aim to go in off in the top corner, and it's the perfect line to just pop these into the middle. Yeah, he's really good at those shots.
Yeah, very nicely done from Adam. And again, just
The
a...
occasion's not getting to him, not yet. Anyway, great start.
Just a couple of small mistakes from Simon. He certainly didn't want to give Adam that back cut on the red to the middle, so a little mistake. We're just trying to get a replay of Simon's last shot where he missed the yellow towards the corner. Here we go. Now I just want to see how close he did get to chipping this black in the middle. Let's have a look. Just comes off the cush. Yeah, okay, missed it by a centimetre or so, but for me that was fraught with a bit of danger. And the other thing is, he had to go, because if the white ball ran a bit more, Adam would have had the red to the top corner, and it didn't run enough, and Adam had the red to the middle. So certainly a missed ball there from Simon, and that's cost him dearly. 2-0 to Adam Shaw.
Yeah, and a big break here, as Adam's been doing most of the week, will be awesome for him, for his corner. And the red's going to the middle. Yes, it is. That last red's just dropped into the middle, so stays nice and still on the break and just delivers it dead straight. That white ball's come back dead straight, so it's good curing by him. Looks like he's got a plant on. He's just having a look at it. Both yellows look to be touching the rail, so just as long as this yellow can hug the whole way, he'll fancy himself for this one.
Yeah, it's still not a gift start, is it? But he's 2-0 up. He'll be feeling confident. He hasn't made a mistake yet.
No. So yeah, just
Big shot, key shot in the frame here.
looking to hug the rail the whole way down. Play it nice and smooth. There you
Yeah,
go.
nicely done. And
And he's got a perfect angle to flick the yellow out here, Beach.
does he need to flick it out? I think he might make contact with the red. Let's have a look. No, you're right. Just get it right out of there. This is why I was concerned and why I thought he might make contact with the red. Is his next shot. If he makes contact with the red, he's probably going to have that yellow that he just knocked
He
away.
didn't want to catch it full. If he'd have caught it half ball either side, the white would have travelled down table a bit more.
That's right. And look, it's easy from the commentator's box. But if he'd flicked the red, he would have had that yellow to the middle.
Yep.
And if he'd flicked the red a little bit fine, he still would have had that yellow to the other corner as we look at now. Now he's still got a shot on, but a little bit more work to do.
Taking the slow cut, I'd say.
Yep, just trying to drift it around.
In or over.
It's there.
Curing
And he's
beautiful.
floated it perfectly round the side. That's a lovely shot.
Curing really, really nice. He doesn't look like he's going to miss anything at the moment.
How many we got out in the auditorium there, Dell? So we're just checking on the live audience. Got quite a few watching at home. Please share this live feed. This is the two of the best players in New Zealand fighting out for this 2018 Super League title. We've got close to 100 people out in the auditorium watching live here at the Cashmere Club. If you've got any interest in pool, or if you know anyone who's interested, this is a place to be. Live stream Superleague Nationals, brought to you by OnQ.
So what do you think here, Beach?
Yeah, I don't like the last shot. I mean, obviously, again, it's easy from our seats, but
you've got to play left-handed, of course.
Well, yeah. If he's looking at the shot, just the way he queued up there, he might be looking at chipping this in and dragging it down and playing the yellow to the bottom left corner after this, so checking it up. But I feel like he's got to come out and maybe possibly play it in the same pocket. Yeah, so I think he's trying to get around the bottom of that, mate, and play it to the same pocket.
Yeah. Side just under the bottom rail.
Yeah.
Flick around.
I don't think he was ever going to get underneath that ball.
I mean, this is fairly ambitious, but he's got a long screw maybe on the yellow. Depends how he's feeling. No, he's playing a more sensible shot.
Getting a few messages in now.
Looking at the double.
And no, you're not listening to Roger Farrelly, that's just Adam Lilly and myself. So, what do we got here, Adam?
Looking at the double, I think. That's what he's lining up.
Just wide. So
yeah, playing pretty open.
Chance here for Simon, though. And look, it looks pretty straightforward here for Simon, but he's got to make the most of this. So, right, Simon's first real chance here with a nice open table. He was queuing very nicely in his semi-final win over Baden Jackson. He survived a scare earlier against Jimmy Adam.
Yep. He's had 3 hill matches in a row, I believe, to get to this stage. So he's battled through some precious scenarios. That's for sure. He'll be. And this one won't come much easier either.
Yeah, nice shot there from Simon. So he's got on this probably the only awkward one really here, just to chip this in the middle. I think he's okay. He's playing around with his cue. Maybe wasn't happy with his position, but surely just chip this one in the middle at him, and he'll have a choice of either the one sitting over the top right bag, or preferably the one right where his hand is now.
Just a slow drag.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Just caught the lip. It was heading to the far jaw, but he's absolutely inch perfect on this red.
So yeah, just going to play in between both reds now. I'd say middle of the table, pretty much middle of both of the reds.
Yeah, you could go two ways here, but this is the right route for mine. Just punch us in, screw back. Yeah, lovely shot. Oh, straightforward now. We'll take the one straight across the table.
Call that 2-1.
Yeah, we certainly will. And he's just looking. He's not looking at potting this one first. He's just looking at where he wants to be. He's definitely taking the red to the left-hand middle, and just doesn't want to be straight. No, doesn't really matter here, but just wants to make sure he's got the right angle on this last red to punch off one cushion back up table for the black, because the black's sitting pretty to go into this middle pocket that he's just putting the red into. Okay, it's exactly what I thought where he didn't want to be, but maybe he's got an angle to screw straight back up this off the middle of the table at him. Yeah, look at that. He had the angle.
Punched it in.
Yeah, punched it in, forced it a little bit, but he's perfect. And 2-1 and Simon's break.
So that'll ease the nerve sight. 2-1, got his break. He's also been breaking amazingly. Like, both these guys made it to the final, Brett, and for me, what I've seen, they've both been breaking the best as well. Yeah, that's right. Simon's break's been pretty solid from what I've seen.
Adam certainly had the best break from what I've seen, most consistent. Apart from that very first frame where I think it was the first one I'd seen where Adam just lost a cue ball and scratched in off in the side pocket. So. Just before you arrived, Adam, I was talking about the importance of the break and how if the cue ball, makes contact with the pack and goes straight in off one of the middles, we really put that down to player fault, because unless it takes a second kick or a kiss off another ball, they really should be controlling that cue ball off that first contact.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. Obviously, I think it's almost when you cue across the front ball with the stun, it'll fly straight towards those middles.
Yep, and Adam did that in the first frame, and Simon was very, very close in doing it in his first break. He just avoided the middle pocket loop, and you can see he's changing. I believe he's changing the place where he's breaking from. He just moved the cue ball over a little bit. Let's see how that affects his break. So they put a bit of top on that. Oh, very unlucky. Those two balls didn't go in the middle, and he's going to come up dry.
He's had 3 or 4 balls draw there. So, and the yellow blocked the red from going in.
Yeah, you can see Adam there having a laugh with the ref because he's asked him to remove the little plastic triangle, and there's a ball sitting right on top of it. So look at this, guys, on the replay. 2 of these going straight for the side. Oh, that's unlucky. That is, you're not meant to get a ball off the break because they were hell-bent for that middle pocket, and he's come up with nada.
Both those balls were fighting to get in there.
And I'm glad that Barry Appleton's out there refereeing, because last year having to commentate and referee the final was just too hard for me, mate. Here we go. Just if you're not sure what's going on here, folks, Barry is just marking one of the balls, removing it from play so he can remove the triangle without disturbing any of the object balls. He's actually marked 2 balls, I think. Very delicate process. There we go. That's out of the way. So the reason why the players like that little plastic insert removed is because the balls sometimes, not very often, but sometimes can be caught on the little piece of plastic that does hold them in place there for the break, and they want that removed to make sure it doesn't affect any of the shots.
Yeah, so if any balls slowing down and rolling towards that plastic triangle, sometimes it can just catch on the plastic and veer different ways and affect some positional shots. So
that's right. So yellows, here we go, Adam. Yep. Don't see, there's just that one issue, Adam, the
yellow under the black.
The yellow under the black.
Yep. And Poston wants to be getting on this yellow to the right of the cue ball as well, as soon as possible, really.
Oh, he might be going into it now, mate. I think he's got a nice angle to play this straight into the middle pocket and screw the white ball onto the black. And he'll certainly have that yellow over the middle bag as a backup. Here we go.
You'd hope so.
Into it.
Played straight side on that.
That's, yeah, I don't like that because, again, well, I'm going to be the critic in the chair, but even if he kissed the black then, it was no good to him. Didn't free up the yellow. I feel like he needed to screw into it and get contact on the black from the top side of the screen as we look. Push yellow down.
Almost like the snooker. In snooker you'll play the blue into the pink ball. Almost pretty much the same shot there. Had to just...
One thing I have noticed, Adam, is a lot of the nice shot there from Adam, but he's all right. Still hasn't opened that yellow up. One thing I have noticed with Adam, here we go, as we look at that split attempt, is these guys, especially the English, tend to go cushion first with their splits. Now, for me, where I can, I know the reason behind it because you've got the momentum of the cue ball and you're going to come out off the split, but if he'd gone into that clean with the cue ball, he would have had that. Do you play those shots deliberately using the cush first, or does it just depend on how the split lies?
I don't myself. I grew up in New Zealand, playing most competitive pool and snooker in New Zealand. So I think maybe I picked up more. I don't know, the Kiwi style of playing. Maybe I don't know what it is, but.
Yeah, well, anyway, we'll see how the next.
I don't fancy it. If I can see a straight line into a split, then I'd want to take that straight line rather than going rail first.
Well, it could be 2 shots here. Yep, right. So a couple of little errors creeping in from Adam Shaw, and this wasn't easy, but yeah, he just overcut that and.
Good front jaw and like we say with the white, it spreads.
The worst part about this, Adam, is that even with 1 shot, I think Simon would have been favourite to clear the table here, but with 2, I don't see any issues. So that foul, for those of you at home, Simon's got an extra visit here, so he'll plug these away, and if he does come unstuck, he still gets a second turn. Getting a few messages coming in from home. No, this is not a contact sport, and I don't believe that any of the players have sandpaper in their pockets. I'll have to go and check with our head referee Barry Appleton, but if they do, it is only for their cues and not to tarnish the white ball. We'll leave that to the Aussies. These guys are Poms. So what's the path here, Adam? Just drop this one in the middle. You coming down table for the one to the right of the yellow?
Personally, I'll play a little bit of screw. No, sorry. On the red. Yeah, drop it in for the bottom red. Drop this one in. Leave yourself. Yeah, he's a little bit high on this red to leave himself a shot to the left middle off the next red.
Well, he's a little bit.
He's got the 2 shots, so.
Well, that's right.
I always play back up for the other red and come back down for the red to the corner under the yellow.
Yeah, so he's back up.
That's
where.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's a lovely shot there from Simon, but I thought he might have just got rid of that red while he was up there before. And then he could have played that one to the corner and played the red onto the left middle.
So yeah, I was expecting this. I was just about to say, Beach, in his last match he did have a fairly heavy contact on a shot like this, where he went to play topspin and the white ball just died. So getting the white ball clean just to make certain of this one, nice contact. He's just going to play it smoothly, bit of top, get over to the left hand side of the table to leave a shot in the red to the right corner.
Yeah, he's just a little bit light on it, but he.
And there it is again. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's his cueing. Maybe he's stabbing it, jabbing it a little bit.
If he doesn't have an edge here, which I think he's fortunately does. Remembering, let's have a look if he gets bad contact. I don't think so again.
Yeah, he's just.
But he's playing that. He's cheating the pocket. He had the angle. He didn't have the angle there or the straight through shot as we looked at it. And so I think he's contributing to the issues that he's having for sure. You know.
Yeah. He just had to make sure of as much top as he could possibly get. Just get to the left hand side of the table.
So if he's got an edge of this, he's going to play it right over to the right hand cush. Wow, okay.
He looks alright from here.
Oh,
it looks like he can just drop this in, maybe a touch of left hand side.
Yep.
And he'll come off the side rail for the black.
Yeah. I think he might have to. I think he might have to punch it in a little bit. He might be a little bit straighter than what you first thought at him. I think he's got to punch us in. He's having a long look at it. It's key shot. This will get him back to 2-2. Yeah, he's got to punch it in, mate. It's and come off this right-hand cushion. Wow.
Oh, wow. You see, that's the angle that we've got from here, so that wasn't actually onto the corner beach.
Wow.
So aggressive stuff to start off this
and Simon knows, you could see the look on his face there, that he's certainly left Adam off the hook there with 2 visits, and Adam will be looking now.
And the red's down on this bottom rail as well, Beach, so it takes a bit of pressure off this 4-ball clearance.
The only chance Simon will get is if Adam does attempt to lay a snooker. That Simon may be able, that cushion may come in handy if Simon attempts to lay a snooker back. Let's see what Adam comes up with. Oh, he's just gone for the juggler. He's on and off. Whee! Good shot.
Shoot that nicely.
just dropped this one in and played the yellow to the bottom left. Look at the concentration. There it is.
Dead still. And
Yep.
drops at him.
Lovely shot. And two rails for the black in the same pocket, Adam, or is he going to stun this off one cushion black in the middle?
No, plain ball, just missed the red.
Yep. 2 cushions black down the bottom left.
Bottom inside in the same pocket.
Yep. Here we go.
1.
Wow.
2. Ooh.
And he's overcooked it a little bit, but regardless of the overcooking, we've got an interesting frame in our hands now because this doesn't happen very often.
Simon's got a snooker here as well.
Well, he does, but the reason why I say this doesn't happen very often is because usually when a player leaves one ball behind, like this, they either get snookered and give away 2 shots, or the other guy cleans up. And very rare do you see a situation like this where they've just got 1 red, 1 yellow, and the black on the table. Yeah, he's left Adam a bit too much of this yellow for mine, but
Personally, I would have just dropped that red beach just off the bottom rail and in the path. Didn't have to do any work with the white ball.
so what's Adam's shot here? I mean, he's got a containing shot. He could bring that yellow out a little bit off the cushion and try and leave Simon cue ball down to the bottom of the bottom rail, bottom of the screen as we look, but I don't think he's looking at that at all. It might be, we'll see in a second. Might be going for a back double. And he's gone for the back double, and he's sold the farm. Yeah, very aggressive. Simon will be loving that result because his safety wasn't ideal, but Adam, like I say, he went for the jugular back double, and
I'm not going to curse this one, but he's had a couple of problems just running the white ball through the last few shots.
oh, he'll be okay here. There's
Just got to curse nicely.
he's okay there, and we'll be at 2-all, and I believe it's Adam Shaw's break in the 5th frame. So just like I mentioned earlier, Adam took was almost flawless in those first 2 frames, and just a couple of little errors have snuck in, and Simon took advantage of one but didn't take advantage that time, and got a second chance. I don't think these players are going to give away too many second chances, so yeah, let's have a look at Adam's attempt at the back double here. Maybe he was trying to avoid this red, but he was just going for the jugular. Just going for the jugular. Righto guys, tell your friends, share that link, let's increase the numbers on this live stream. We had close to 200 watching the final last year. We've got 2 of the best in New Zealand. We've got Adam Shaw, we've got Simon Singleton.
And we've got 2 of the best commentators in New Zealand as well.
Well, that's open for debate. That's open for debate, but Simon Singleton's our defending champion from last year, 2017. And Adam Shaw, current Canterbury Open champion.
Yep, Canterbury Open champion.
So big 9-ball cue, you can see there the bigger tip. Adam Shaw breaking. Look at this technique. Bang. Lost the cue ball, lost the cue ball!
There it goes.
Well, I called that a bit earlier, it was just floating towards the corner pocket, and what a break though.
Yep.
He did lose the cue ball, Adam, and
I'll tell you what,
he's going to pay for this. Well, he's only one. He's only one, Adam.
There's only one option here, laddie, and that's yellows. I think I start off with the yellow. No, not necessary really. Actually, if he plays the yellow off the red, it's kind of pushing the red down into traffic. You know, you don't really want to.
Yeah, so what you're talking about, Adam, a lot of players are going, well, you have to put the cue ball in the D, but you don't, anywhere behind the bulk line. So what Adam's saying here, guys, is Simon can pick up the cue ball, like where he's sort of going to here, and play one of these yellows. He was going to off the red into the middle, but I like this shot, and it's just a straight long yellow to the bottom right corner of the screen as we look, and then just connect the dots. Or he could take reds.
Look like idiots.
And yeah, well there you go.
Yeah.
I did look at reds, but obviously those two reds on the side rail, we both sort of thought, well, you know,
Yeah, from the angle of the break off, you know, the reds didn't look favourable.
so Simon just grabbing the extension there.
The reds are actually well beached to get on the black on the bottom rail.
Yep, agreed. Just a little bit trickier to negotiate these last three, but he's short. Yep. So what he wanted he just wanted to be back about another couple of inches so that he could just slide that one in the bottom left corner and screw through in between those two yellows to place both reds in the same pocket.
Yep. Do you think he has the angle? Do you think he can screw past the yellow?
No.
The same pocket?
He's looking straight away now. He knows he's running into that yellow, so he's not giving the yellow guys. He is going to play this red, use the white to carom or billiard the yellow into that red, and a little bit of luck required here. He's calculating the split, and what has he got from it? No good.
Pretty unlucky.
Yeah, but again, he's got this double on the red. But again, from Adam's break, from mine, I think there was an opportunity lost, and I
thought yellows.
I thought yellows. You didn't need to split anything out.
Because those two reds were the issue.
Yep. Anyway, let's see what Simon can come up with here. He's still at the table.
And those
He might try and clip this down the rail. What do you like?
Those reds have come back to bite him.
Is this on? This is on. He might still be on for a finish here. He doesn't like it. You'd chip that in, wouldn't you, mate?
Any day.
He's going for the double, guys, and it is there, and he is beautiful.
What a shot, Simon Singleton.
Yep, that's the sign of a champion, and he will just pop this in and run down the bottom rail for the black ball, and we have a 3-2 lead in a matter of seconds to our defending champion.
Big shot. Big match.
And away it goes.
There you go.
He's looking good.
So that was a big double by Simon there.
So just a shift in momentum, Adam. Here we go. Let's have a look at the replay here. Watch the technique.
Gets himself nice and still.
Watch his head there, and bang. Just lifted a little bit, but he was keeping an eye on the double, and he loved it.
Line that up perfect.
So yeah, Adam Shaw was probably flawless in those first couple of frames, and a couple of mistakes crept in. Simon took advantage, and then that time Adam a little bit unlucky, maybe losing the cue ball off the break, and Simon nearly come unstuck, but managed to finish off with a nice double. And Simon's break now, Adam, so he's got a chance. If he gets a nice clean break, he could take a 2-frame lead here. Just while we're waiting for this frame to start, just a massive thank you to On Cue, the Cashmere Club, and all the sponsors. They put in a hell of an effort to get this all up and running, and it's just such a featured event on the Q Sports calendar now. Brad Campbell and his team. Just
Shane Breckham behind the scenes, all the computer work goes into it. Murray Davies, Daryl from On Cue.
yeah, just an awesome setup down here at Cashmere, and the guys do such a good job. So, I mean, live streaming for one. We've got the best players in the country, and we've got 120 people watching live in the auditorium down here at the Cashmere Club. Players seem pretty calm out there, Adam, considering what they're playing for. 7.5 smackaroos and a national title to take home.
You think there might have been a saviour done before the match, maybe?
I know Simon pretty well. I've only talked to Adam a couple of times, but
I think both these guys will be going for it.
I think so. I think they both back their ability, and not sure what second prize was. 3.5 grand. So
3.5 to second, 7.5 to first. So
hard to know. Maybe they did a 6.5, 4.5 split. Still plenty to play for, but I'll tell you more than the money here for these guys. The money's a bonus, really. that they
money comes and goes, Beach.
They want to be the best. These guys want to be the best. They want
their name lasts forever on that.
They want the name on their trophy, and they want. This is a big one, especially for the English guys, because you know, this is their home game. This is what they grew up on, and they want to dominate. And Simon obviously really gunning for it because he's won this title last year after being runner-up twice. So this is Simon's fourth final. Fourth final. Here we go, Simon's break. It's dry.
No, it's not.
Was that Human Shrek that just walked past?
It was. Matt McInnes.
Yeah.
And that break.
Must have found a local cave to sleep in for the night down here in Christchurch.
No, he got one off the break.
He did. So he's okay. What do you like here, Adam? Reds?
Yeah, I prefer the red ones. Yep, definitely.
Thanks, mate. Matt McInnes about 17 beers deep, just giving us a bit of a pep talk there. He was hitting the ball pretty well